Mega wealthy foreigners have been given the green light to buy property in New Zealand once more following the government's much anticipated announcement yesterday afternoon. Changes to the foreign buyers ban will allow those holding a golden visa to buy or build one house with a value upwards of $5 million. Now, to talk about what that means for investment is Robbie Paul, the CEO of Icehouse Ventures, who joins me here in the studio. Good morning, Robbie.
Great to be here. Thanks.
Thanks for coming in. This looks like everyone's talking about the property aspect of this, but I'm guessing Icehouse Ventures, you're a VC capital firm, you're more interested in how this is going to attract investment here. Is it going to be decisive? Is it going to make a difference?
It makes a huge difference, right? I mean, we can't ask people to make New Zealand their home without owning a home. And keep in mind the sort of 300 that have applied, they're not, often renting Airbnbs. They're homeowners, they're discerning, and we should give them that opportunity to lay down roots here.
I mean, is there a good record to show that, or have you got evidence from your contacts with people that are looking at investing here that this would actually make a difference?
100%. Yeah, there's couples from California that have been on the record talking about how they would come here if they could lay down roots. They have 2 young kids and they want to be able to have a house here. They're highly connected in the US and already investing here. And I'm sure we'll bring a lot more capital as they spend more time here.
Yeah, we've seen some numbers. I mean, we heard the Prime Minister yesterday talking about $1.8 billion. I lose track of the number of times I heard him reference that. That's the potential gain if all 300 of the applications under that Active Investor Plus visa make it the way through. I think the last time we reported it was about 20 of them had come through. So the trickle is coming, right? Are you seeing that turning up on your books?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've had about 30 investors engage and about half of those invest already and many more in previous years. But this program is just way more compelling than the previous ones. I actually remember one of the prominent advisors to these clients said, Trump 1.0 was big, COVID was bigger, this is bigger than both of those combined. So I think they've really hit the mark with a good new product and the right timing in the world.
So the timing is important too, right? This feels like it's come off the back of that AIP that kicked into gear on the 1st of April. Now we're told before the end of the year that they'll make the changes to this. We haven't got a bill yet though, so we don't know exactly how this will bed down. Can you see any kind of pressure to widen this out if it's a success? I mean, would they want to make it more available to people just with permanent residency and that kind of thing?
Well, I don't know about the policy for housing, and I know there are some sensitivities there. I mean, right now we're talking about 300 applicants, probably half that actually want to buy a property here. So that's 150 and 40,000 plus properties sort of on the market, and a very small number that are these $5 million plus properties. So I don't know if there'd be pressure. I think people will continue to have their eyes open to the opportunity of being more globally connected, and that's what these investors bring.
They bring money, but what we had heard, I think, so far is that some of them are just kind of parking it in managed funds and so on, which is, I mean, it's still investment, right? But it's not quite what we thought it would be. It's not putting it into venture firms like yours necessarily, or really getting down in the weeds and helping a particular business get up and running. So is that still kind of coming? Are there blocks to that?
I don't know the numbers, but I know about half at least are doing the growth category. And that's a big ask, right? So if you are willing to put $5 million into a high-risk, illiquid asset at the bottom of the world, I'd say you're pretty committed, and that's a good thing. And the doors have been opened. I know one company, they were working on something, and the investor we were bringing in said, "Oh, would you like to meet Larry Page?" And they're like, "Well, yes, I would like to meet the top of Google." So. And that, that's just one story of many.
So the door's open both ways, and that's what this is about. Is this really heavily focused on the North American market, or are we likely to see, interest from other places?
It's very global. I mean, we have investors from Japan, China, Singapore, all over Europe, all over America, and abroad. So the U.S. is certainly the sort of primary market, but it's international.
There's not a requirement really to be here more than, I think, about 21 days for one of the visas, 105 in the other. So is it really more likely that we're going to see people flying in, flying out, not necessarily putting the roots down, perhaps just buying, a beach house or a bolt hole, if you will, rather than really sinking roots into our communities?
That's possible, but keep in mind that most of these people are very mobile, right? They have houses sort of around the world. And the risk that I see with the program is that after 4 years, you can take your money out, disappear, keep the visa, right? I just think it's a lot less likely to happen if you have that emotional connection to a beautiful house in Dalefield or Waiheke Island or elsewhere.
Makes it sticky, makes you want to stick around.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you think the 5 million to the kind of categories of investors we're talking about, if you're saying, hey, you've got to put 5 million in, or maybe even $10 million for 5 years on a slightly less risky investment, now we want you to put another 5 million, that's like $3 million US in the ground for a house in one of those places. Is that going to be too much of an ask if we priced ourselves out of it?
It's a big ask. This is all an improvement on the last program, though. I mean, the last program was either too much money or too much time, and they've reduced both of those requirements. So, look, my view is this is a premium product, and it should be priced accordingly. It's the best second country in the world, and people should have to pay to be here. So.
And I mean, have you already kind of, on the back of what was talked about in the last 12 hours, have you sort of heard people saying, great, this is an opportunity, or are they still waiting to see the details? What's been the immediate feedback?
There's been a lot of anticipation of this, so I'd say yesterday didn't come as a complete surprise, but people were pleased to hear that it was happening.
Pretty well telegraphed there.
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, there's a bit of political risk here. I mean, you've got already sort of the opposition Labour spokesperson saying, hey, this will drive up house prices. This was pretty politically fraught getting there because there are some concerns, obviously, about foreign ownership, house price impact, that kind of stuff. Can you see this being unwound easily?
Well, look, it's a risk, right? I think they have to continue to make moves and make changes and make mistakes and learn from it. And you've seen the program evolve 3 times in the last sort of 5 years. So I'd say this is an important change. It's based on feedback from the market globally. And I think there's a strong case that it opens the doors to more people engaging more deeply here. And that's a good thing.
Great. I better let you get out there and talk to some of those people who are no doubt knocking on some of those doors now.